First, about the post on social media by President Trump overnight, our time. Be honest with me, when you read it, what did you think?
Look, I worked for presidents, administrations, Jimmy Carter to Bush 43, and I throw in Obama and Biden. No American president has ever done a public posting or delivered a set of comments like this. Not only did it seem to relish the prospect of demolishing, destroying civilian infrastructure, but the deployment of profanity, the attack on Islam. I mean, frankly, as an American citizen, I voted for Republicans and Democrats, I work for Republicans and Democrats. It's shameful. In addition to being gratuitous, and the real question about any presidential remark or posting, what is it designed to accomplish, or what does it reflect? And to me, it reflects an angry president who appears to be overconfident but incredibly frustrated. We're now in the 6th week of this war, and we're no closer to concluding it on terms that would resemble or constitute anything that normal humans would regard as a strategic victory for the United States.
There's been commentary that some of it constitutes threatening a war crime. Is that something that is being discussed by analysts, by commentators in America?
Well, it's certainly being discussed by analysts of international humanitarian law, students and experts in human rights law. Absolutely. But look, that didn't stop the president from blowing up fast boats in the Caribbean and in the Pacific. Clear violation of international law and probably a war crime. Or attacking sailors, attacking the men in those ships after the initial strike that sunk the boats. I don't think that's a concern of the president. It may concern some of his advisors, but let's be clear about one thing. This is a president who's his own analyst, his own decision maker, his own conceptualizer. He said in the wake of the Venezuelan operation, the Maduro grab and go, that the only constraint that he has is the constraint that exists in his own morality, however he defines it, and the constraints in his own mind. So again, I think we're in for weeks of escalation.
Actually, the comments like this from the president, do they give Iran more leverage because it shows how much more important it is, even perhaps, than the capacity for them to build a nuclear bomb?
I mean, I think that's right. But the Iranians already know that they have deployed geography as a terrifying weapon. They're able to pick their points of vulnerability, which is the Gulf states. They continue to shell, rocket, and drone. And the fact that they, even though they are not entitled to sovereignty, by virtue of geography and geography in the Middle East and elsewhere,